Well, welcome all, and welcome Mr. Barry Peatling to the Barry Peatling Football Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and all my viewers around the world and interstate. It's a reasonable sort of a day today. It's not that cold, but it's cold.
Yeah, that's about an accurate description. Yeah. Before we're going to get into the game, Chelsea versus Edithvale, tell us a little bit about yesteryear.
Yesterday,
Yesteryear.
That's a new sort of sort of walk up start. Yeah. There's a couple of photos I got here. Most of the photos I've been showing lately are just my head.
Not these days.
No, all the cutting I've had, the gentleman showing me my head.
In the olden days, but now.
No, but these photos, I've got a couple of photos here. Actually, you can see my whole body moving.
Wow.
And this was,
you don't want to see. Some people don't want to see that.
Well, I'd probably do this. I would, but this photo I'm going to show you now.
Okay.
My viewers.
Show the viewers.
It was on. They used to have a BTV6 football show every Sunday.
Yeah.
And they used to have a photo like the Hampden League, the Ballarat League, and the Wimmera League. And this photo I'm going to show you now.
Here we go.
This was on there for 2 years.
2 long years.
2 long years for Barry Peatling.
Gotcha, says Far. He got you, he wrapped his hands all the way around you.
He never got me at all, and it was Graham Gale on the left-hand side of the photo there. He wore number 31. He was going to be the new Barassi.
Oh, he looks like Barassi.
And he looked like, but he wasn't like him at all.
No.
But that was a pretty good photo, and we actually won. What to say on the bottom there, Colin?
Says that you best on ground with 35 kicks, 11 marks, and only 3 goals.
Well, that's a fair sort of day, isn't it?
4 behinds? Well, a bit
disgusting,
inaccurate.
35 kicks, that's average of Peatling. And there's another photo here.
Show us the other one.
The other one, this is one of our big ruckmen who had there, George
Doesn't look that big.
He was 6'5", this fella.
Yeah.
I must have been standing on a block here somewhere because he named him McGill. He was 6'5", and that was one of the photos before the game. One of the photographers come out and took it, and I said, well, you can have it, I'll give you $30, $40 and you can take the photo. No, I joke.
Cash money. Hang on, there's a flaw in your plan. There wasn't such things as
what?
$30, $40 at the time.
Quid, yeah, 30, 40 quid, yeah.
Right, okay.
But that was that's my whole body. So all your viewers out there, I haven't just got a head. That's the rest.
He
of
is standing in a little bit of a hole. I can see he's standing in a hole.
Well, I was only 5'8".
Yeah.
I look tall there, don't I? He's 6'5", that fella.
Yeah, don't know.
Something wrong with the ground, you reckon?
Something's wrong.
But anyway, there I am. And it wasn't a bad sort of game.
About 6 inches.
35 kicks.
Maybe less. Anyway, let's get into the game. Chelsea versus Edithvale. Give us the ground. Over here, Barry. This way.
I've got a lot to talk about.
Give us the ground and condition.
The ground was very big, and the crowd was very big too.
Where was it? It was Edithvale, was it?
It's a pretty good ground, Edithvale.
Yeah. It's a little bit out of the wind, isn't it?
I don't know about
so it goes down. It's a little bit lower.
I don't know about the wind.
A lot of trees around.
It's in a good spot.
A lot of trees around.
It's good to watch. Good ground to watch a game of football.
Okay. So the crowd was there. Let's talk about the first half, Barry.
First half, we didn't start too bad today, as I've got written here. Toddy Gardner, I'll tell you about him later.
Yeah.
Started brilliantly, and of course Jack Francis and a couple of quick goals. I'll tell you about him in a minute too.
Yeah.
And that was up till half time. EDS was 10-7 to us 5-8. Bad kicking, Colin. We could have been reasonably close.
Again.
The second half.
Let's get into the second half.
Now, Stephen Mannix. You've heard about the Mannixes?
Yeah.
Well, he's the last one playing. There was 3 playing about 10 years ago, or about 4 years ago.
He's the young brother.
And he's the oldest, and I don't think he likes washing. He always looks like a grub in his hair, but can play football.
Okay.
And he's got to be nearly 40, I reckon.
Okay.
He had about 35 possessions on Saturday.
There was that band called Australian band. Was he in it? Mannix.
Little blonde fella.
Little fella, yeah.
He couldn't sing either. What was his first name?
Oh, I forget now.
Anyway,
he
was cutting us up. He had about 35 possessions, Colin.
Right.
Of course, the second half.
Tell us about the second half.
We kicked 6 goals to them 5. It wasn't too bad.
Oh, that's not too bad.
So the last 3 weeks, we've been... It's been our best quarter.
The last quarter?
Yeah. We kicked 6 goals in the last quarter, then 5.
That's like you kicked 6 goals in the third, up to 3 quarters.
Yeah, and we had got to kick 2 in the third, and the last quarter was 6 goals. We outscored them, and we've outscored the last 3 defeats. We've outscored the team that beat us by a goal the last 3 quarters.
All right. Well,
last quarters.
give us the goal kickers, Barry.
Toddy Gardner, 2 goals. Jackie Francis, tell you about Jack Francis in a minute too.
2 goals.
Daley Shannon, he's hope they keep him next year. He's averaging 2 goals a game, that fella. Trent Stiles 2, Curtis 2. Matty Pottenwally 1 this week. That's a pretty ordinary game, Matty. But the week before you were superstar.
Sharpen up, Matty.
Got to keep the morale going, mate. When you play a good game, you've got to follow it up next week.
Yeah.
And Brendan Des 1.
Okay, so there's our goal kickers. Give us your group of best players, Barry.
The best players. Look at these last ones. Go look important with these last ones, don't I? The best players: Brainy, Curtis, Toddy Gardner, Daley Shannon, Brad Clark. Tell you something about Bradley Clark in a minute too. What you might be very happy about. Trent Stiles 1, Aaron Powell 1, and Jack Francis. Jack Francis is the last of the best players. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go for the votes then, Barry.
1 vote to Bradley Clark.
2 votes.
2 votes to Brainy. Good 4 quarters. But Toddy Gardner.
3 votes.
Toddy Gardner was a brilliant captain of the game, mate. I tell you now.
Okay, so he hasn't played a game like that for a while.
Oh, no, he's been playing pretty good, but
Not very good, like.
Well, no, he was alright last week,
but still, the Barry Peatling, Best and Ferris is wide open players.
Very wide open because Truey he played and he was pretty ordinary. And Truey would be up there in the top 3, but I think Toddy will finish up, and we'll see how we go next year. We've only got 5 games to go.
Oh right, okay. Okay, well, there's the votes. Have you got a highlights package, Barry?
Oh, not really a highlight, Colin, but the only highlight was Toddy Gardner was brilliant, captain's game. Actually, he was tagging someone too for 1.5 quarters too, because they started tagging him, so he went and tagged someone else.
Right, okay.
Got the tag. But that's the only highlight of the game was his brilliant game. He had about 30-something possessions and brilliant.
When I was looking at the best players for Edithvale, Barry, I noticed they had a couple of the umpires' names.
Yeah, it's a joke, but they're dead right. I'll tell you something about the umpires very shortly.
It is a joke.
It's a joke. I can tell you now. It's past the joke. The whole season, all the umpires. I know we're down. The umpires don't give us stuff about the players second, third, last on the ladder. It's been a no fact, but this season it's just got out of hand. And on Saturday it was past the joke, Colin.
Right.
Past the joke.
I'll
give you some stats which I've never taken before in my life.
Hello, he's got some stats for us, the viewers.
3 kicks, Colin.
3 kicks?
3 kicks, but yeah,
okay.
2 and from there.
Okay. Tell the viewers, Barry.
I'll tell you right now, the first quarter, they had 8 free kicks to us 3.
Yeah.
Second quarter, 15 kicks, EDS had 15 kicks to
3 kicks.
3 kicks to us 2. Third quarter, 8 to EDS,
Right.
3 to us.
Yeah.
Last quarter, 9 to 3. Total, 40 to EDS to 11 to Chelsea.
Now, I wasn't there. Did Chelsea play unfair?
No way in the wide world. There's some of the free kicks they were given against Chelsea should have been for Chelsea for dropping the ball and holding them hand. Look, I've got it written there. It's been happening all year. All these umpires. It's a joke. And, one of the committee men or the president should have went up to it half time.
Yeah.
You're allowed to go in
Yeah, right.
and complain or ask questions about the umpire.
Yeah.
No one in. And they've been doing, and especially the white-head fella, this old fella that was umpiring on Saturday.
You're not against people.
No, look, I don't give a stuff for your 80, but if you can run around and do the job, do it. But this fella was just, everything was just a little touch. We touched them, free kick, and we had for about 2 hours. No.
Okay, so your message for the umpires, or whoever's in
I
charge?
don't know about the message, I'll tell you what.
Give them the message. You've got a forum right here.
Well, won't go very
Get
far
them out.
here, but I'm telling you now, I'm going to have a word to Maxie on Saturday. Listen, beg your pardon.
Listen, so just pretend Maxie was right here.
That
What would you
someone's
say?
got to, if they keep doing it, well, they've been doing it all year. If they keep doing it, go in at quarter time, you can go any quarter time, half time break, you can go and have a word to the if you're on the committee.
The umpires.
The umpires advise you can get hold of him too, but they're not always there, Colin.
Okay. What's next week, Barry?
Langwarren at home. and they're not going too fast either.
Warren at home. Okay, that sounds like a good one. So we might be able to win that. You'll be there live.
The funny part of our game this year, all the last quarters, I mean, it used to be the opposite way around years ago.
Yeah.
We used to fade out. The last 4 games,
yeah.
we've outscored our opposition, and they've been top sides.
So that says something good about the team, I suppose.
Well, at least they're not
I
folding up.
suppose. Okay, Barry. You wanted to say something about Roger Federer.
Now, I wrote a story about Roger Federer about. I was looking on my YouTube last.
You've logged one. You've logged it.
I logged one.
You've
Done a story about him on,
Yeah.
about a few weeks ago, it might be a couple of months ago, that he is the best player. Now he's a world record holder for the most Wimbledon titles, and he's just about the best sportsman I've ever seen,
Wow.
including everything.
Is
And he's
tennis,
a gentleman.
is tennis a sport?
It's a sport, but
Oh.
he is.
Mm.
He demolished that fella last night. I reckon he had something wrong with him, but
Silic.
he started off all right, and then he started complaining about his foot or
That's
something.
what
Right.
they usually do.
But he straight sets and.
Tennis, they complain.
But it's just so easy, and it went straight sets, and 8 titles.
Too easy.
That is the hardest tournament in the world, Wimbledon. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to win Wimbledon.
What makes it hard?
Well, I don't know why, because
The
it's
grass.
on grass, and it gets the best
The
coverage.
event.
It's bigger than the US Open.
Yeah, it's bigger than the French Open.
It's French will be second, I reckon.
French is pretty ordinary. It's a clay and all that.
Play it.
I think it's American Open is a second.
But he's
Maybe
won.
Australian Open.
How he's won titles and clay and the other. What's the other? Clay and what's the other?
Fast court, or whatever they call it. It's like a surface.
Yeah, but.
America and Australia.
Plus the
have it.
fact he's a gentleman. All you viewers out there,
Gentleman.
I watched the last 2 sets and it was just like just a practice
It's
run
on
for
late.
him.
It's on late.
Yeah, it's up past 12.
Mm.
But Roger Federer, I'm going to write something about you on my YouTube the next couple of days. I got 500 hits on that,
Wow.
on that article I said about Federer, because I said he's
Just
recognised.
mentioning his name gets hits.
He's recognised all around the world. And I think he's had the #1 spot the longest in history, I think. I think Lendl...
He's not number 1 now, is he?
Of course he's #1.
Don't think so. Is he one
Well,
of
where
those?
is he?
Djokovic or one of those guys?
Novak Djokovic. Novak.
Murray.
Hang on. I think he might be 3, that's right, because
Yeah.
Andy Murray's #1
Yeah.
now. But he won our first cab off the rank.
Anywho, Cheerios, Barry.
All those Cheerios.
Hit your Cheerios.
Little Ning,
Ning.
she's going to hospital again today. She left a message on Skype going to... she has all these scans and...
Probes.
She's checking all her body, but
Mm.
she'll be back. She'll be on the Skype this afternoon, later tonight.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going, Ning? All right?
Yeah, good.
Ask,
Yeah.
ask her how she's going, Colin.
How you going, Cole?
Oh, how you
No,
going, Ning?
Ning. Good.
Of
Next
course,
one.
PH, Shandy and Carl. So I got a phone call from Noz last week.
Yeah, Nozzo. Nozzy.
Yeah, we talked for about half an hour.
The Nozinator.
He's a funny man, but I told him I tried to ring Phil on Monday night, can't get through. So I said, listen, Noz, just tell Phil if he wants you to have a chat with me, give me a ring because I can't get through to his.
There's a theory about him blocking you.
No, what you
I've heard this blocking theory a few weeks.
him and I, we grew up together from when we were about 7-year-old. I've known him for 100 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Who else? Is it Tony Pepperoni?
Well, I'll give him a chance for it now.
No, he's been written off.
Well,
Tony.
I don't suck old anybody, but I asked him. I told you 3 weeks ago. Give me a call and get over what you're. Because he's complaining I was talking
That's
about
an
his
official.
sister.
Again, Barry apologises.
Well, if you want to look at it, have a chat, Tony. Give me a call. He might have been. I don't know whether he's watching the video because we had about
Barry can't help it.
10 hits last week, and
10 hits.
Well, that's a big deal for this time of year, but.
Well, they say it's a growing phenomenon. 10 hits. 10 hits this week, but people continue looking at it
My
through the year,
I-
even if it's old.
I told everybody a few weeks ago I got a bit excited. I'm up to 80,000 hits.
Mm.
Now we're up to 80,480.
My movie I put on there. Have you noticed that one? It's over 1,000.
Oh, that was over 1,000 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I haven't checked that out for a while.
1,500, I think.
What's it now?
1,500.
That was-
Someone's commented on it.
There's lots of comments.
Hmm.
What was it about now?
Diabetes.
Oh, diabetes,
Yeah.
is it?
Invention of insulin. Check it out, people. Barry Peatling. YouTube/Barry Peatling.
It's all about how you cure it, isn't it?
Check it out. The invention of insulin.
Wasn't it all about how you...
The invention of insulin.
That's right, yeah.
1922. Dr. Banting, Canadian doctor.
That's right. I looked at that myself. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So if you want to check that out, go
It's on
back
there.
about...
YouTube.
back
Type in
about
YouTube.
the last 20,
/
Yeah.
Barry Peatling, all one word.
Yeah, so check that out, George, because it's very, because when you first put it on, it just went bang, bang, up to 50,
Yeah,
100,
it's
200.
gone nuts. Anyway.
So we've got everything covered on this channel.
Oh,
What do you want? Sport, cricket,
health.
sex?
What? Yeah, I
Have we got
suppose
sex
so.
on there?
No,
else?
they got censored off. The censors got to
What
it.
else we have had on there? It's mainly sport, but
Violence.
violence?
Yeah,
No, I haven't got any violence on
a little
there.
bit of violence.
But it's plenty of variety, so just keep...
Rock and roll.
Oh, rock and roll,
Yeah.
yeah.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my...
Anyway, is that all our Cheerios?
I say that...
Got a bit carried away.
Just, everybody can... Oh, you must say something, hang on.
Hang on, new
Right. I
viewer.
nearly forgot this. Brad Clark, where do you think he started on? Saturday.
The bench.
Good guess. Yeah. 2 weeks before, I should have mentioned this. I'll mention
his
it.
new
I'll
position.
Listen, I'll mention this. 3 weeks ago, the captain started on the bench,
Mm-hmm.
Toddy Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
This week, Brad Clark starts on the bench. And I tell you what, he's pissed off, I can tell you now.
Still.
Brad,
Mm.
he's vice captain.
It's his new position. Left, right, out.
The coach, you've got to smarten up.
Mm.
You leave your good players on the ground. If you start with them on the ground, if you don't mind. And he wasn't very happy because he came up and I was sitting with his old man. And he came up and said, what's going on? I said, I don't know.
Oh, he's getting
Something
angry.
like-
A lot of anger.
There might be a few players let leave next year because of him.
Wow.
Tell you now. I mean, if you're captain of the football side, Colin,
Well,
and
if it
you,
was
you go to the ground and you're picked on, right, you go sit in the bench, coach.
might muck up the opposition. So
What?
they go, oh, you go to
No.
Toddy Gardner straight away. And imagine if Toddy Gardner didn't turn up on the field. That'll stuff him up.
I'm talking very seriously now.
No, I'm not.
When Toddy Gardner was on the bench 3
Positioning.
weeks ago, I could not. I don't know. I don't know how I didn't go over and nick him or something because, of course, on Saturday, Bradley Clark's on the bench, and he's the two of our superstars.
Mhm.
But anyway, I got that off my chest anyway. So look, Mr. Coach Brett,
There's your
if
message.
you're going to do something properly. For God's sake, and leave it.
Wake up.
Put the top players on the ground for start. God,
All right.
that's it for
That's
me.
goodbye from me.
You better get up before I start smashing this camera.
Oh, hello. He's angry.
Bye bye for now, and see you all next week.
See you then.